All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this new episode of the Reality Kenya. My name is Simi Kenya. Of course, we have an amazing show lined up for you, and we are live from the landed corner as usual. It's chilly, it's cold, and we are here to get some good vibes from the Deputy Party Leader of Safina Party, Honorable Wakili Willis Otieno. Piki Ponki.
Paka Melodies.
Karibu sana. You're looking fresh.
Thank you very much.
Cool, eh?
Yes.
Yes.
We are just put to rest our brother, the general. It was a sad event that occurred to us and the people of Alego. And Kenyans are still in shock. We can't believe that we've lost a dear son, a gallant soldier, the real top gun, military. But
your neighbor as well, eh?
That's my neighbor. That's my brother. He's actually my cousin brother.
So
in the village, we come from the same village. We are brothers. We share common sub-clan and ancestry.
Okay.
So that happened, but then again, you notice that despite all that, we are suffering the Kenya Kwanza pain in Kenya. The failures in the resolving the doctor strike, and government is not being genuine in this conversation. And the union has come out strongly to say, all the 18 issues you've agreed to, take them away and just pay the interns. What was in the previous CBA, what has been signed and agreed and constitutes the court order. And it is important that, I like that stance that the union has taken, that once people have committed to something, when a government signs a document and it confirms its commitment, it must honor that commitment. So there is no need of confirming and agreeing to new issues and new terms when the one that previously had been agreed on is not being honored. But what then would be the essence of this new agreement if the one which you honored, you had signed, you are refusing to honor? And it is imperative that government must pay the union and the interns what had been agreed will be paid to them. They are not asking for any more money. They are simply saying, respect the CBA that you had signed with us and honor its requirements. Then we can discuss any new terms and enter into a new CBA. But when the one that we have is already being fully implemented. And it is imperative that government knows that they will not gaslight Kenyans into accepting this arm twisting tactics they are trying to deploy. And it was unfortunate that yesterday we witnessed some cabinet secretaries coming out to say as if the matter has been resolved and they're going to sign a back-to-work formula. That kind of a conversation should only take place when you have both the union and the employer, the government. So that all of us are saying we've reached this level of agreement, we've not agreed on this particular issue. And so that you create what is called confidence-building measures to have a resolution of the dispute. But they're not doing that. They are trying to twist the union and its members to accept an unsettled issue as settled. That will not resolve the issue. I witnessed scenes at Kenyatta Hospital where very many wards were empty. Patients are not there.
There are no patients.
There are no patients. There are no doctors. So, and the people of Kenya are the ones suffering. Right now, the city is submerging in water. There's too many floods, and you can imagine what communicable diseases are going to afflict our poor Kenyans. And so the failures in planning has now led to blocked spillways. Rivers are bursting their banks.
Floods are all over.
And that comes with a lot of serious risks of infectious diseases. And at the same time, you don't have doctors who are in facilities to attend to our people. So this is the challenge of Kenya Kwanza. Every problem they create, you find a new one. It gives birth to a new one attached to it. So because they have been allowing these illegal developments in the city, we have blocked spillway. They fail to collect garbage in the city. We have blocked the garbage that's uncollected is blocking spillways that exist, the few that exist. Then now you are seeing this poor drainage and the floods just coming back into the roads and affecting everywhere where they are. Then that flooding, you get exposed to disease, infectious diseases, and then you go to look for medication. There's no doctor, the doctor is on strike. When you have a child, the child has no access to school. So these are the pain that Kenyans are having, and we need to now seriously consider. Maybe we should ask in this question, how long are we going to take this? For how long are we going to keep quiet? For how long are we going to suffer the pain that this administration is causing us?
Yeah.
And we need to have an internal introspection to ask this question.
Yeah.
Right now, you're going to see us on the economic front, more economic pain.
Yeah.
There are taxation measures. You're going to see it in the finance bill. They're going to raise more taxes. They're going to raise more charges. They're going to raise more levies.
Yeah.
They are borrowing at a higher interest rate. So we are going to see again more in terms of debt payment. And we have more certain debts that are maturing, that are due for payments this month and next month. You're going to see again, all these are going to affect the quality of life we are living.
Yeah.
You're going to see the shilling will continue losing value. I've always said these things.
And actually,
it's going up.
Yeah.
The dollar is going up. And it is
again.
because of the interventions. They are not interventions which address the fundamentals of our economy.
Yeah.
Their interventions are just to bring shock therapy. Then the market gets back to its level, and the people of Kenya suffer more and more.
Yeah.
And that is what we need to call bullshit. Yeah. And we must start asking, for how long will we suffer this pain?
Yeah.
For how long will we allow this administration to continue causing this pain to the people of Kenya?
Yeah.
Kenyans have to speak. Kenyans must express their displeasure.
Yeah.
And they must demand that things need to be done right for this country to get to the right trajectory. Otherwise, as it is, we're just kicking the can down the alleyway. It takes rains to displace an entire city. I mean, what are we talking about? That our city is, we are the masses of nature.
Yeah, sure.
There's nothing we are doing to even try to mitigate the pain that our people are facing.
Yeah.
So that if you want to tell me that if it were to rain in this city the whole year, we'll forever be a flooded city, just because the government has not prepared. They are told that there was 10 billion shillings set for disaster management, national government. Where is that disaster response? Where is that 10 billion shillings that they set aside? Where is it? What is it being used for? What are they doing to mitigate? Forget now about the far-flung areas. This is right at their doorsteps. Yeah. There's disaster right now in the city. People are living in informal settlements. Even now, those who are living in proper housing units are affected. Yeah. So everybody is affected in these things. And we should never reach to a point where you say, I have the comfort of my house, I have the comfort of my private medical care, I have the comfort of my private school, I have the comfort of my own house and land. No. When misadministration takes place, it affects all of us. Yeah. And your comfort in your money will not take care of you.
As an individual.
As an individual. Yeah. So we must speak as one unit. We must speak as a whole. These challenges are challenges that affect all of us. Yeah. And all of us have a duty to ask of this administration to respond. Yeah. But unfortunately, Kenya Kwanza will never respond. You don't expect anything good to come out of them. You only expect pain. Yeah. And that is what they serve us every day as a dish.
Wow. And just on the issue of the doctor strike, the other day we saw the chairperson of the Council of Governors, because, the issue of doctors has been a collaboration between the county government and the national government. So the chairperson came out and said that the interns don't need to be paid because they are students doing practicals. And this didn't go well with the doctors and various activists. Do you think this was good utterance, considering...
it is quite unfortunate that Waiguru is talking the way she's talking.
Yeah.
Maybe she needs to take time to understand what a medical intern is. Yeah. Your medical intern is not your ordinary intern. Your medical intern, number one, has the prefix DR, doctor, to their names. Yeah. These are qualified doctors. They are already qualified. And these are people who man facilities on their own. Some of them are manning facilities. They are the only service providers in terms of the kind of care that is required, that the professional work can give. Yeah. They are the only ones available. So you'll find a medical, and they work, some of them go for 72 hours non-stop. Somebody is working a whole day, he's on call a whole night, response to an emergency, back to work the whole day, he's on call the whole night, for 72 hours non-stop. Yeah. They don't have weekends. Some of us can afford to say we work 8 to 5. Yeah. Medical interns don't have that luxury. They work straight 24 hours. Some of them go up to 72 hours before they take a break. And when there's an emergency, and even weekends, and when there's an emergency, they must respond. So the kind of care, and what they're doing, they are not doing internship. They are doing what is called saving life. A legal intern can afford to make mistakes. They are still learning. Yeah. Because there's a senior who superintends over their work, who oversees, who will correct. But a medical intern is exposed to a real life patient and responds to real life issues and provides the critical care needed in a real life situation at the time, their intervention will save life at that time.
Yeah.
It is not subject to another person or a senior doctor reviewing.
Yeah.
In most cases, it is a life-saving intervention at the time when it is administered.
Yeah.
So you cannot try to reduce the intervention to that they are just medical interns, like any other interns. No.
And they are students doing practicals.
And they are students doing practicals. They are not students doing practicals.
Yeah.
They are not using test tubes here. They are not looking at Bunsen burner.
Yes.
Eh? They are dealing with real life patients.
Yes.
They are dealing with real life situations.
Yeah.
People who come to see them are people who want to see a doctor.
Yeah.
And the intervention is going to determine how they are going to live or not. Some cases.
Yeah.
So you should not reduce this to a Bunsen burner test tube issue. Yeah? And Waiguru needs to style up.
Yeah.
If she doesn't understand, sometimes they say that you look better when you keep quiet. Just keep quiet. Don't expose your ignorance on some of these issues. Yeah? Understand the terrain, understand the environment,
Yes.
understand the profession,
Yeah.
understand the issues in play.
Yes.
Understand who are these interns. When they talk about medical, who are they?
Yeah.
What do they do? Before you speak. Because when you start speaking carelessly, then we start saying that maybe you're just occupying space. You are a mass object occupying space without substance.
Yeah.
But if you kept quiet, maybe you would not have known that particular issue. So we need to bring seriousness in this conversation, in this discussion with the doctors.
Yeah.
And that seriousness is that even the utterances that are coming from the government side should be utterances that respect that which is going on.
Yeah, because being the chairperson of the Council of Governors, people are looking at her as a face of the
Yes.
government, and whatever she was saying must have been a part of their discussion.
Of
with the
course,
government.
it means that's the mindset she's used. She's walked with it to the room.
Yes.
And health is a devolved function. It's actually one of the major devolved functions in the
Yeah.
country.
Yeah.
Eh? And in most counties, you'll find health gobbles a big chunk of their budget.
Yeah.
So the chairperson of the Council of Governors should be better informed and should have better understanding of these issues.
Yeah.
And your mindset when you are going to a discussion with your compatriots
Yeah.
should be a bit more enlightened. Should not be basic like it is basic now.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think I believe that is part of the reason. And you saw Nakumecha the other day also making similar kind of remarks.
Yeah.
You are now seeing this one, next will be Moses Kuria, another one. So
It means
these
it is
people are,
something.
there's
Yeah.
something with the government side. The caliber of people and the quality of people, they are not taking time to understand
Yeah.
the terrain. They need to just take time to understand the terrain, know what the issues are, know the players in the sector, know which role they play,
Yeah.
and then you can have a conversation.
Yeah.
Otherwise, these conversations will not go any further.
Is it a
Because
sign
they
of
keep belittling,
incompetence?
they keep belittling
Yeah.
their compatriots. They need to understand the quality of service and the caliber of people they're dealing with.
Yeah.
And then have an engagement that's at that level, not a basic engagement. And you're not going to embrace doctors using public statements.
Yeah.
Just go into the room and have a genuine conversation to resolve this dispute.
All right. Thank you so much, Naibu. Of course, each and every person who has been watching. Maybe one last word to Team Piki Piki Ponki.
Team.
During this cold season, during these rainy seasons. Just
Team
to,
Piki Piki Ponki,
Yeah.
we have to look for warmth. We must stay warm. The cold is here, and those of us who are out on the streets, on the road, please take care of yourselves. Do not expose yourself to the raging floods. If need be, do not even drive dangerously to try to attempt to cross a river. You remember that we are on our own. The government has left us, and we are on our own, and we are now each other's keepers, and we must try to save ourselves and our compatriots when they are exposed to the consequences of the failed regime that has now led to ravaging floods that do not know any person, and they are affecting all of us in our numbers. And we must be out there to help each other and to hold each other's hand to save ourselves. We are not going to get any salvation from Kenya Kwanza and its compatriots. It is only Safina, the vessel, Noah's Ark, that will save us when the floods are ravaging. Thank you, and keep strong, Team Piki Piki Ponki, the team Yanguvu.
wow. Thank you so much.
Thank you very
and
much.
Have a blessed day, each and every person. Thank you so much. Be blessed, and may God bless you. Until next time, my name is Simi Kenya.